Hey guys, what's up? I'm Mike Levitsky, and welcome to day 15 of our daily video streak. Today we're going to be taking a look at the intro to Dave Grohl's Play. I'll break down all the fills and grooves that he plays within the first 1 minute and 15 seconds of this song. Be sure to give this video a like, encourage me to keep putting videos up every day, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next video. I want to say thank you for all the support that I've been getting. It really means a lot, and it encourages me to continue to make videos for you guys. I hope today's video is a lot of fun for you. It was a lot of fun for me to learn how to play these grooves and fills, and it stretched me a little bit as a drummer. So let's get into it. I've known about Dave Grohl for a long time, but I've never really been into his music or his playing. I've never been like a rock guy and listened to a lot of rock music like that. I've kind of grown up as a jazzer, listened to a lot of fusion and straight ahead jazz and stuff like that. And about a month ago, I was on YouTube, and in my YouTube video suggestions was this video called Play by Dave Grohl. He plays all the instruments, and you may or may not know, but I'm a multi-instrumentalist. But Dave comes out and he starts playing, and he plays this intro to Play, and it made me go, whoa, this guy is really good. And I haven't given him enough attention or paid enough attention to him, and so I did. I looked at the intro of Play, and I kind of learned the intro to it, and I can play everything pretty well except for that last 16th note triplet fill that he does like at the end of the intro, and we'll talk about that. And I'll get it if I practice it a few more weeks, but at this point I don't have it. So what we're going to do is just go section by section and break down the intro of Play. Hopefully that sounds good to you. Check the description below to get the PDF so you can look at it, or else I'll just put kind of what I'm playing here on the screen for you, just down below, so you can see what's going on. But without further ado, let's get rocking. So the first thing out of the gate, this is what Dave plays. All right, so what's going on there? He's just playing 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. 3, 4. So he's accenting 4, and then he plays 2 unaccented. Then he accents 4, 2 unaccented, accents 4, and then he's resting. 1, 2, 3, 4, soft, soft. 1, 2, 3, 4, soft, soft. 1, 2, 3, 4, soft, soft. 1, 2, 3, 4. It sounds like he might be creating a kick drum in front of those accented groups, something like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. Rest, rest. And that's really hard. Like, I tried to work that up. I didn't play that like that in the intro because it's just really hard to get that kick drum right in that right spot. So I can do it if I concentrate, but it still doesn't feel good and doesn't feel great. But the way that I worked on that was just played 16 notes first. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. 3, 4. Then I accent. 1 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. 3, 4. And then I try to add the kick drum in there. So for me, it was easier to get the kick drum with just one accent, and then you can start adding in the other accents along the way. So that's the intro to Play. That comes back around again after he plays this other section. So let's look at what comes up next. So the next thing that Dave plays is this really cool sounding tom groove between the crash cymbals. Now he has a crash cymbal here on his right and here on his right, but because of this camera right here, I didn't want to block that. So I switched the sticking up just a little bit, and I played the crash, the secondary crash over on my left-hand side, which you can do, or you can set up 2 crashes. A tom beat sounds like this. All right, so what Dave's playing there is really not that hard. When I first heard it, I was like, wow, that sounds really hard. And then I worked it out, and it's not that hard. So here's what's going on. So for the first beat, you're playing a crash cymbal with the bass drum, 1, and then left on the floor, E, right on the floor, and then a kick drum, So the first beat is 1 E and The next beat, you're going to do a flam between the crash cymbal over here, I'm using my ride, and the snare, crash, and then a kick drum. So that's 2 E, and then right on the floor tom, left on the floor tom for and. So 2 E and So slow. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. When I went to the secondary crash, I just, instead of crashing like this, I just crashed like this. And that's because my crash cymbal's over here, so. But the sticking stays the same, nothing's changing. So this, and this, all the same. All right, coming out of that, Dave goes into this every third accented hi-hat thing. So what's going on there? It's just 16th notes with every third note accented. So you can start practicing that by playing quarter notes on the hi-hat or the bass drum, your choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Then try it with the kick drum. Now you can keep the hi-hat going if you want to kind of help you know where you are, but that is a coordination problem. It might cause you. Now, I recommend you work on that, but it's not necessary to play this groove. But I'll keep the hi-hat going so you can hear where the quarter note is. Then he adds that on the hi-hat. So without the open hi-hats, just practice this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 a 4. Then you're going to add this open hi-hat. So just hit the hi-hat while it's open and then bring the foot down. And that's going to line up with the left hand and the right hand as you're going simultaneous. So open, down with the left hand, right, open, down with the right hand, left. So slow, that's going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 a 4. Awesome. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 a 4. Then after that, he goes into this rock beat. So that's what he's putting in between those triplet parts. And that rock beat is a pretty simple rock beat. So just 1, a 2, and E and a 4 E, 1 and a 2, and E and 4 E and a 1, a 2, and E and a 4 E, 1 and a 2, and E and 4 E and a. So that's the rock groove. You can work on that. Now, if you can't play that rock groove, you could just play like. You can play something like that, a little bit more simple, without so many ghost notes. Then the final part of this groove. So those are all the elements you need to play this intro. Now the last part of this groove, which took me a long time to get down, and it's this fill that he plays at the end. Okay, so what's going on? He's using this same kind of that he uses a lot of these polyrhythms, right? These like 3/4 or 4/3 or displacing the beat by playing phrases of notes that are longer than the note that he's playing. So Dave is using these polyrhythms. So he's playing a 6-note pattern, 1 E and a 2 E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 6-note pattern. He plays that 4 times. And you'll notice, as I'm counting, you'll hear those flams on the snare drum move to different spots on the beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. So you see Dave is moving the beat around within the measure. So that gives us a really interesting sound. So that pattern is flam, kick, right on the small tom, left on the small tom, floor tom, kick. Flam, kick, right, left, floor, 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 kick. Flam, kick. Then the beats 3 and 4 of the second measure, he plays this triplet pattern. 16th note triplets. You're going to count it as 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. It's going to be snare, kick, small tom, floor tom, kick, small tom, snare, kick, small tom, floor tom, kick, small tom. Essentially what that pattern is right, kick, left. Right kick left, 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 right kick left. So you can work this pattern up. Right kick left, 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 right kick. Then Dave puts all those together. So he plays 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. And then back to the flam. Let me give you a few exercises to help you kind of work up to taking that quarter note or that 16th note to 16th note triplet pattern. So the pattern that I worked on to try to get this thing a little bit smoother was 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. Then you can start to put this into that 2 measure phrase. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. And then the same thing. That's really hard. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. If you do that for a while, you'll have that thing down. You can count and play it at the same time. Those are all the elements that you need in order to be able to play the intro to play. I hope you have fun with this one. I had a lot of fun learning it. And I got really sweaty trying to play it and practice it. So hopefully you have fun with this one. I hope that helped you out. I will play the intro of me playing play with just the tracks. With just the tracks, you can hear me playing it. It's not perfect, but I had fun learning it. I hope you have fun learning it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.